Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we have a very exciting video. We're going to be taking the M2 to a dyno, the same one I dynoed at when the car was stock. So we're going to be able to see a true comparison on how much power this M2CS tune actually added to my car. Hopefully it's 50 to 70 like it should be, because if you guys don't know, M2s, at least 2023 and 2024s, they make 453 crank horsepower, and then the M2CS is supposed to make 523, which is a 70 horsepower difference. So if it's actually a true 70 horsepower difference, the dyno should dyno, I'd say 60 to 70 horsepower, wheel horsepower higher. But we'll see. I'm hoping for 550 wheel horsepower. I know that might be asking for a lot, but I'm hoping for 550. But I'll still be satisfied if it makes 540 or higher, because that's still a very, very solid improvement over stock. And then once we get the dyno results, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys both the new dyno results and overlay my old dyno results when the car was stock. And this is gonna be done at the same exact dyno. The conditions aren't the same, unfortunately. It's like 90 degrees out. I think when I initially dynoed it, it was like 75 degrees out. So it is hotter, and I have noticed this tune likes cooler weather, but that's okay. We're not gonna pull up any excuses right now. We're just gonna see what it does. If you guys are new to my channel, I have the M2CS DME tune, which is a factory coated tune. It's not like I had to send the ECU out or any of that nonsense. This is all factory BMW coating. I have the CS transmission tune. I have the M4CSL steering tune and the M4CSL rear diff and traction control tuning. So that's what I have on my car. And then I also have a MAD non-resonated single mid-pipe. So I deleted 2 of the secondary cats and I deleted 1 resonator. So that's what's done to the car. Everything else is stock. All right guys, getting ready to dyno it. He's gonna do 1 run in 5th gear and 2 runs in 6th. 6 is the 1-to-1, in case you guys are wondering. That's definitely inaccurate. I wish, but definitely inaccurate. That is so far off. I mean, maybe like mid 500s or low mid 500s. To the wheels, yeah. There's no way, that's way off.
If you heard at the end of their run, they upshifted.
Oh, that's what that thing is at the end. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's too bad it has that little thing at the end. It looks good though. It's like 5. It looks like it might be like 560 actually. Okay. Is it is that gonna count towards my 3? Okay, I appreciate it. So it looks like it probably made around 560. It did a little upshift at the end, so that's why I had that huge spike. Not bad. Made 550. 550 exactly, that's interesting. Okay. Pretty good. Now let's see what it does in 6. So that's 5th gear, which is not the 1-to-1. 6th gear is the 1-to-1. Hopefully it makes more in 6. It should. All right. Made 561. Not bad at all. We did 564 wheel on that one. All right, guys, we are back home now. Let's check out these numbers. So here's stock, right, versus the M2CS tune. So if we look at the graphs here, this blue one is 5th gear, the red one's 5th gear, and the orange one is 6th gear because it would hit the top speed limiter in 6th gear at 155, whereas the M2CS tune is able to rev all the way to redline in 6th gear because the top speed limiter is raised significantly. I think it's like 188 now. So if we look at the dyno graph, and this is the SAE numbers, not the standard always reads higher. So the first 5th gear pull did 543 wheel compared to the first 5th gear pull stock was 495, right? And then our two 6th gear pulls made 555 and 558. But if you look at the graph, there was a little peak right at the end, right there. I think that's what made it make 558. So it's really about 550. You can see the dyno line right there at the 550 line. So basically 550 wheel, and then the torque is tremendously better as well. So you can see the best torque we did stock was 466, and that was right, 3,600 RPM. That was in 6th gear. So that was like over here. That was like the highest torque. Over here with the new tune, we had a little bit of a peak right there, but you can see the torque is much higher. It's in the 500s for the torque. So I was super concerned if this tune would actually make a difference. Like, since my car made almost 500 wheel horsepower stock, I was like, oh crap, this tune's probably not gonna really do much of anything. Because 500 wheels already like 550 crank, right? Nope, BMW is telling the truth. It's actually making a lot more power. So if we compare peak to peak, the highest we made over here in 6th gear was 496, right? And it was right there before we had to cut it short. And it made a little bump to 496 right there, right? With the tune, the max we made was 558. So that's a 62 wheel horsepower difference, which is exactly what 70 crank should be on a dyno. So BMW is telling the truth. The torque also, the highest was 466. The highest over here was 528 basically, which is also pretty much 62 wheel torque difference. And look at that torque line. It's making from like, what is this? All the way down to like 3,000 RPM. Looks like the other runs, it came in a little bit later, but looks like, let's say 3,500 RPM. It's making over 500 wheel torque all the way till you get to like, what is this, 5,500 RPM. And then the max horsepower starts from like 5,500 and it goes all the way to redline. Like the difference between this part right here and over here is not much, right? It's pretty much all making that, I'd say 530 to 550 wheel in this whole entire RPM range. So with the ZF 8-speed automatic, right, it shifts at redline or shifts like right here, and then you fall back like right here, right? So you're always making peak power in between the gear shifts. Same with the stock tune. you're making peak power right here. And every time it shifts, you're always making peak power. So that's why when you guys see my race videos, that's why the M2 does so well, because not only does it make a tremendous amount of power, makes a tremendous amount of torque, and the power band is amazing with the ZF 8-speed automatic. So very happy with the dyno results. It is safe to say this tune is completely legit. I do have actually a discount code. If you guys want to go with this tune, the same tune I have, and you guys have an M3, M4, or M2, you can get the M2CS DME Flash, and I'll have a discount code for you guys. So definitely look at the description for that. Very, very satisfied. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.